Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and this is our first weekly energy update for the year 2022. And we're going to start it with a new card deck that I received. It's right here. It's called the Daily Crystal Inspiration. I'm finding this deck to be extremely on point and powerful, so I wanted to utilize it today. So I'm going to choose 3 cards, and we'll see what comes up. So decide if you want to do card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Notice I have a sty or something going on here. I don't know what that is. But just as an aside, just to say that anything that's going on in your physical body always has an emotional attachment to it. So if this popped up this morning when I woke up. Now I have had some rosacea here for months, to be honest. But having this pop up today made me mindful to say, okay, it's my left eye. The left symbolizes feelings and emotions. And I have this thing growing on my left eye. So I haven't yet, but I plan to look up, what does sty mean? Does it mean something? And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's simply the weather shifted and changed and my allergies or my sensitivity on my skin is causing me to now have a reaction like this. Like somebody might have chapped lips. Well, I have that instead. But it's always important to just take note what is going on in your physical body. And if something is going on in your physical body, maybe to take a look at why, because it might be a message for you. There are messages all around us each and every day. Hopefully by listening to this, you will allow yourself to receive a message and open yourself up to receiving the message to understand what is going on for you if something happens in your physical body. What else do I want to say? It's the year 2022, and that is a vibration of the number 6. And in a separate video, I'm going to read to you what that means, because it's important to understand universally what is going on energetically in our world. We live in this world. We chose to be in this world at this time for a reason. We are continuing to ascend as humans, as individuals, and as a collective. More and more things in the last 2 years have been brought into your aura, into your vibrational field for you to see, for you to realize, for you to understand, for you to heal so that you can grow. Every single person has a different path on the journey. Every single person has different lessons that they're learning on the journey. Every single person has different perspectives on what is coming up through the journey and different tools that they use as they walk on the journey. It's so important in this number 6 year to begin to realize what is for you, what is yours, what is your responsibility, and then what is not yours, what is not your responsibility to detach and let go of. Not everything is for you. And in just looking at what we have walked through in this pandemic for 2 years now, it's so important to look back and reflect and see where you were in March of 2020, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, energetically, and where you are today. Have you grown? Have you opened up your awareness? Are you seeing more truths in situations? Have you lightened up? Have you developed more compassion? Have you developed more grace? Have you developed more mercy? How are your fears? How is your worrying? Are you praying more and worrying less? All of these things are important for you to evaluate regarding your own personal self. Because at the end of the day, we all came here on this earth together at this time, during this time, for a reason. We all signed up to be here to learn separately, but together, how to grow and evolve. How to grow and evolve together. How to stand strong in your convictions, in your values, in your beliefs, even when everybody else is going in a different direction. How to stand true to your instincts. How to trust your intuition when something is blatant, like a big red flag inside of you saying, absolutely hell no. Are you listening to it? Or are you ignoring it and still going in the opposite direction? If any of those things triggered you or any of those things rang a bell for you, that's great. Write it down. Start to take notice. Maybe start to journal on any of those things, whether it was like, I don't like that. I don't want to talk about that. Or I really mastered that. Because at the end of the day, this is all about self-mastery. Are you in a process of self-mastery? Are you working harder, better, stronger on you? Because working on yourself is the first and most selfless thing that you can do. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else around you. So with that, let's begin our first energy reading for the first week of January 2022 with our first card. And the first card is the crystal Amazonite. And it says, loosen your grip. So when we all walk onto this journey of life and we start this process of healing and going inward, and that is really what this pandemic kind of accelerated, is the fact that you had no choice but to sit still with yourself or sit quietly in your home and be with you and nobody else, and not distract yourself from all the exterior outer things that are going on, and basically learn more about yourself. Well, one of the first lessons that each of us is learning, and most likely you've learned it already or you're in the process of learning it, is that you can't control everything. You can't control everything. And if you just take a minute, hear me out on this one, and if everybody would just stop getting tested every time they have a sniffle, you would realize that the aspect of why people are doing that is because they want to be in control of the outcome. In control. Now, take yourself back 5 years before all of this started. If you had a sniffle and you didn't feel well, you stayed home in your house and took care of yourself till you felt better. If you felt you couldn't take care of yourself, that's when you called the doctor to get their expert opinion or expertise to guide you in how to take care of yourself. Why are we still so controlling over this stuff that's going on for the last 2 years? Why can't we loosen our grip? Why can't we accept the fact that there's another virus in the world? Why can't we just move forward? We are not moving forward. And it's time for us in this year, 6th year, I can say this is not my opinion, by the way. This is the energy between the cards, between the vibration of the number. All of this stuff matters. And the vibration of the universal year is a number 6. And in a number 6, it's so important to start to understand, I can't control that situation, so I have to step away. I have to detach. Maybe I can control this because it's my own personal stuff, so I can take care of that. But where can you loosen your grip to controlling a situation and an outcome? It's time. It's time to start, if nothing else, just being aware of where you control outcomes too much, where you try to control, and where can you loosen your grip. Now, the good thing about these cards is that if you really want to work on that, if this really resonates with you, you can get yourself this crystal, which is an Amazonite. And in buying any crystals, what you always want to do is clear it underwater and just simply state, please clear this crystal of all negative energies, only allowing it to come to its natural state. You can clear it under room temperature water, in salt water. You could put it in the moonlight. There's many different ways. I like to use the water. You could sage it. I give them Reiki. If you are a Reiki practitioner, you can do that as well. But if this is something that you're feeling you need to work on, loosening the grip of control in any aspect of your life, whether it is around the pandemic stuff or just other stuff, can you loosen your grip? And maybe you want to get an Amazonite to help you. That's our first card. Our second card is the Lemurian Quartz, but it's really about practicing patience. Now, we know a lot of people, me included, as an Aries, have no patience for what is going on around the world, especially if you are someone that is able to see all that is happening around this pandemic, everything else that's going on, all the distractions, all the things that have been hidden that are now coming to the surface. Now take that in your personal life. If you think about the fact that we're in this pandemic for 2 years and this virus came around, but all the other things that came up, even including the school system and how the educational system is working and how the teachers union is acting and all of the things around different parts, different systems, you're probably at a point where you've lost your patience. You've had it. But this is also a lesson in how can we be patient in the process, because we're sick and tired of walking through the process. So where can we find patience to continue walking through the process when we really just don't want to anymore? Take that, generally speaking, and in your personal life, is it relevant? What have you been working or walking through in your personal family life or in your personal life where you've had it and you're done and you have no patience for it anymore? The card is saying the whole point of why you're experiencing it is to practice more patience. Because sometimes it might sound counterintuitive, but if you're more patient in the outcome, it will actually shift the energy. If you keep pushing and keep pushing, lose the grip that you have on it. Remember card number 1, you're going to keep pushing it further away. But if you loosen your grip and have patience, it might actually work out faster than you would have anticipated. So those are our first 2 cards. And then the third card is a great card, and it's the Garnet energy crystal, and it says ignite your passion. Now, if you're someone that's caught up in whatever's going on around you, how much energy are you spending on that? Because what this card is basically suggesting is they want you to redistribute your energy and look at the things that you're really wanting to do, you're really passionate about, and stop getting distracted by the things that are not even worth it, that are not even serving you. Let's go back to loosen your grip. You could be someone that wakes up every day and is so frustrated by what is going on for the last 2 years with the pandemic. But remember that you're not in control. God is. God is in control of the timeline. We're not. And then we can go one step further and say there is really no such thing as time in the eyes of God. So why spend the energy fighting yourself, being frustrated with people, being frustrated in the situation, when you can take that energy and ignite it into your passion? That will be more worthwhile in the end. So let's see if we can shift and change the energy, because I'm almost at 15 minutes and I want to get this out there to you guys. And have a great first week in the year 2022. See if you can shift it into things that you are passionate about. Have a great day. Bye-bye.